What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of 101 with Smurf on the Good Faith Show. I'm Andre Morton, and the guy next to me, the legendary Smurf.
Samuel Smurf,
Yeah,
Smurf
yeah,
here. What's up?
yeah. Oh man, no. Before we get started, man, let's talk about. I know you got to talk about scenario, but let's talk about this election, man. Like
Sure.
you said that you thought you said Trump was going to win, and I said Kamala Harris was going to win, but about a very narrow margin. Now, Smurf, tell me, like, how did I get that wrong? Like, do you think I should have known that based on like Kamala's lack of like just being an empty suit?
Apparently, the simplest answer is the polls were wrong.
Yeah, they were way wrong. Oh yeah,
You know,
they
I,
yeah,
I didn't say it. They said it was like, oh, it was so tight. It was couldn't tell. Like, but of course, but everybody you would talk to, nobody would vote for Kamala. Like, who's gonna vote for genocide? Like, the whole Michigan just went away.
yeah,
And, like anyways, so there was only the K Hive and a bunch of liberals from the other last lost election, um, and the MSNBC crew that we know. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, the polls were way off. People just didn't vote for her ass. A lot of folks stayed at the fuck home. Which, if it wasn't for Jill Stein running and having a good campaign, I would have stayed home. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I think after this, I'm gonna talk about it for a few more days, but I just want to stray away from electoral politics for a while, man. I think I need to like evolve into like trying to form some kind of coalition with the masses, like because time running out. Like we know that Trump isn't going to fix shit. Like we knew Kamala wasn't going to fix shit. So why would I spend time on my shows talking about these motherfuckers? Like most of the people that watch is on my side, you know, and the rest, maybe are not political. Maybe they want to get into politics. So why don't I just try to get them to understand like community is all we got. so so yeah. So yeah, man. You know, so you seen any liberals cry today?
yeah, a bunch of them. I don't want to name drop them, but there was a
Okay.
bunch of them. I know it was a huge surprise because the first time you're like, oh, am I live? Is this theater? Like, what? Why such emotion? Like, and the first one was about women's rights. She was devastated because of
Oh.
women's rights, and the second one, I think it was just yeah, the shock. And I thought again, I double check, am I live? Like, is this third? And the second time she was crying, and you never see those people crying. They're like robots, and they're like
Yeah.
super fun, super smart, and but like now they were broken. They were broken. Like, and then maybe it's an act. Maybe they got money. I don't know. Maybe I don't can't tell. But there was.
Yeah.
I told you yesterday about the pink hat.
Yeah.
And like everybody was pink hat, like refreshing today. Like
Yeah.
pink
Um.
hat, pink toque.
Well, you know how I feel about Twitter, so I didn't see no tears, but maybe tomorrow I might get on Twitter and see. You know, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
TP's been fighting them. Yeah, because they like you guys predicted the bite of guilt. Like they really cannot feel it right. They have to like direct it towards some group other than them, other than anybody. Like it's the Jill Stein crew. It's the damn. And so like you scratch a liberal and you get a like a Zig Heil
mm-hmm,
immediately. Like it's them. You know what? It's them. R words, N words, F words, it's them,
Yeah.
H words.
It feel like a damn man. It feel like Zion Trolls coming back at me again a few months ago. Like damn, like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
called they all called me for saying fuck Israel. So, but
yeah.
yeah, man. Like again, Smurf. Like let's get to this point. Like why would I work? Why would I work with those people? Like they hate me. Like I'm the reason why we got a fascist in the White House now. Like I don't want to work with those people, man, at all.
Yeah, but
Like
they will separate themselves. You will see what floats and what sinks. Yeah, like some people will like come to you and be like, "You were right all this time. You were right." About this or that, about certain issues, and you'll know that you don't have any convincing to do. You don't have any manipulation to do at all or anything. They come to you because you spoke out, and the reality gave you the right side of history.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
they will separate themselves, like those who still believe in the bullshit, the psychopaths, the pro genocides, the pro you know what, all the conflict, the pro machine, pro US, pro uh, trigger happy interventionists, imperialists,
yeah,
industrialists. Fuck them, and there's if they're still convinced that brunch time is on, like, yeah, fuck them.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
We're never really closing down the club. We know exactly, like, this is when, maybe some infiltrators will like seep in, like, as always.
oh
Um,
yeah,
but normally you'll see those who are now ready to, like, acknowledge a new reality that they couldn't see, like, yesterday.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. If they willing to admit they were wrong, then I'll still criticize them. Like you support genocide, but you supported genocide, but um, will you promise not to fucking go back to brunch in the next 4 years? If
Yeah,
you're
and
gonna
then
just do
again,
that, just
it's
wasting my
just
time.
words, right? It's just words, but sometimes it's a good start.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like, see, I want liberals. I want conservatives. See, I don't hate liberals. I don't hate conservatives. Actually, I last week I went to Alabama to talk to some conservatives. Like, they are very cool people, but the problem is that you know you can't like how you say this. But the problem is that you I guess you like foresee like something is off, and then things get back to normal in your eyes, then you go back to the same, like you go back to the same cesspool you've been in like prior. Like that's what I don't
Yeah,
like.
but
Both sides.
Biden was supposed to be back to normal from BLM summer. Biden was supposed to be
Yeah.
back to normal from COVID. Biden was supposed to be back to normal from all the crazy Iran deal breakup. Biden was supposed to be a diplomat, and it would have, even that didn't work. There was no brunch. It was just homelessness, drug epidemic, and COVID's still apparently not gone. I never
Nope.
really, like, I don't want to talk about it, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of people that will tell you, like, no, it's not gone. And I got long COVID recently, like, so fuck you, like, and people like like Jimmy Dore will laugh at people that mask up, but then again, you'll see people like getting like sick, and they're like, "Yeah, please mask up." So I don't want to talk about it. Like, there's like really like even though like the big pharma is making profit again on the back of the poor people, I think
Yeah.
they can really unleash like diseases in the public, and those diseases, as even though they're made up, they're real.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like you say. I think I'm gonna say this about COVID. COVID should never have been political to begin with. Like, a brand new virus that was made through the gain of function research. Like,
Yeah.
the orange motherfucker now, the convicted felon knew about it, let it get out, and then it became political. Like, oh, you shouldn't do this. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Like, that
But
was a big mistake. Like, I believe I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna believe if we had a competent government from the start. I'm talking about the United States. If they did, like, they got on top of this virus, it wouldn't have gone to where it is now. Like, in terms of long COVID, because I believe a friend of mine got long COVID. Like, cognitive function. Like, I could tell she repeats herself 8 times and shit, and other stuff. So that's what I think.
yeah, but like when you say getting political in the U.S., it has a particular double meaning because of course it was going to get political. Like as you know, like I think everything is political.
It
Um,
is. It
like
is
everything,
actually.
every topic, even though a stupid topic and seemingly innocuous topic, like um, manufacture of garments for children. It is a small topic and it is a very small margin, but it is political. Where do you do it? What are the benefits? It is all political. So if like a big thing like COVID, of course it is political. But when the Americans say it, they sometimes mean it has been used, weaponized in the arena
Weaponized, yeah.
of politics, and has been divided into two parties and is therefore a contentious issue. That
Yeah.
means it doesn't mean political in the sense of managing the society. It means political in the term of a war of politics on the topic of. And
Yeah.
so yeah, of course, yeah, of course, and that's not helping the issue, right? If suddenly they weaponize healthcare in that way as they have done, they do
Mm-hmm.
nothing good for healthcare. They take the thing as a weapon, so it's not helping the issue at all.
Yeah. 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 They turned it into like a two-party thing. Like the Democrats say wear a mask, and the right wingers, the Republicans said freedom. Freedom. Like
Yeah,
it shouldn't. What I'm saying, it shouldn't have got to that. I think like
yeah,
for once could have been bipartisan and say just
yeah,
I don't believe in like telling people what to put into their body. Like I'm against
yeah,
that. I'm gonna say that
yeah,
because people think I don't know this
yeah,
vaccine like guy elixir guy, but I'm not. But I'm just saying you know like protecting the people like that should have been important no matter what side you're on. Like that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah.
So what you think about like how you say it DEI, man? Like what's your thoughts on it? I'm pretty sure I got a clue, but like that word is like going back around in the spaces. So just give me
Yeah.
your thoughts.
Well, I have friends in the engineering circles, and they were forced to undergo like corporate training about DEI. Is that what
Oh
we're
God.
talking about? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, the work, yeah, workplace in particularly, yeah,
yeah.
political, yeah.
And it's like they took a bunch of white boys and told them about the suffering of other people of color, and of course, the white boys after the smoke break were just like, "This is bullshit." Like they just didn't want to hear about it, and they don't want to be told about it. We Up where we live, we used to be a very open-minded society. There was no division upon questions of color, and there was no such thing. They were in the school manuals. People of different names, of different cultures, of different origins. They were in the school books. Like everybody was equal. Like everybody. So we didn't never really saw that there was an issue up until the street violence started, and there was more like poverty, and there was more the cycle of like more poverty, more violence, therefore more poverty, therefore more violence, um and that started happening, and eventually people became it became an issue much more apparent in the public sphere. But people thought racism had disappeared for a while, as naive as they were.
Hey,
Um,
I was
yeah,
naive like that too. I
yeah,
ain't gonna
yeah,
lie to
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
now people are touchy about it. But I wouldn't say like there are a lot of hardcore feelings in general spaces. But like I told you, like there's some really far right people in my immediate environment. Really far right, like
Oh,
really far
wow.
right.
Like,
Um,
wow. Like Proud Boys, all right.
yeah.
Oh God.
No, wasn't that like
Oh shit.
Summer of '44, far right. Yeah.
Oh fuck. Oh hell. Well, it's Murph. We got to meet like somewhere in Toronto, somewhere where it's more like less like
Oh no,
tensions.
but
Like,
yeah, like it's like everywhere. There's always like the one glitch in the system. There's like,
yeah.
and that's what it is. Like I really hope, I hope it's not the tip of the iceberg. But um, I don't know. I'll explore more the social phenomenon as I go through the province, like during these recent troubled times. But I have no feeling that it's very common. Go to Montreal as the most diverse city you'll see. Toronto,
Oh
same. Vancouver, same. It's very, very diverse, and there are no tensions. But in the
yeah.
last 10 years, the street violence has leveled up, and
Oh
of
shit.
course, yeah, it always comes with like harder feelings, hardening of lines, hardening of tensions, and police brutality, and this fucking cycle, the fucking American cycle of gun violence, yeah, and
Yeah.
poverty and capitalism, and yeah,
Yeah. But my other question to you is why you think typically the Democrats want to like utilize DEI so much? You think to make them seem like they actually care, or just for
yeah.
just to garner votes?
Yeah, well, it depends. Like sometimes you can credit some people with some good intention, but like it saddens me to say, but there will be a lot of scapegoats used. Like if you put a pride flag on a bomber, suddenly it's a happy bomber. And
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
a happy bomber, then it can do no evil, right? So if you're stupid enough to see just the surface, well, maybe you get fooled, but nobody gets fooled, right? It's a bomber. It will kill everybody, everything in range, gay or not gay, or monkey gay or no gay, or it will just blast it all off. So
Yeah.
it's if you put a black man to say, oh well, we're really sorry, but we gotta deport you all to Africa. It's not gonna be a better message. It's not, and even if you, it's just an insult to injury to make a black man say it. It's anyways. It's a bit like Al Sharpton this morning on Morning Joe. They summoned him to make him say that black men could be misogynist too, and he said, yeah. And then, like, back into the closet, Mr. Sharpton. Thanks.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I gotta check that
because of
video
course
out.
it's not their like lawfare candidate. It's not their Hillary Clinton reboot clone that
God.
they lost. It's of course it's the minorities, it's the dissidents, the nonconformists. The If you had just sang along, we could have like made a nice world. Like yeah, but we didn't. Yeah, like. Some dude said today that at least it shows that maybe there is a red line in some of the American population, a tiny red
Yeah.
line, and just in a part in a fringe of society, but there is. So that's you could at least take solace in that.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, that's why I see DEI on like in terms of the Democratic plantation, like. hey, just just say the stuff that we shouldn't say. Like we are not gonna say. I'm a white. Like for example, if I'm white, I ain't gonna say that black men did vote for Kamala Harris, misogynist and all. Al Sharpton, bring your ass over here, boy. Say it. Angela Rye, say it. Charlamagne the God, say it. That's what I see DEI for.
It's the same thing. Imagine a corporation using me to spread some pro-corporate message among the leftist community. That means I'm a tool. I'm a puppet. I'm a tool puppet, and actually like a traitor. Yeah, but to the cause, like not to a nation, but yeah.
Yeah. And can you say that what TYT and Kyle Kalinske are?
Yeah, there's a good argument to be made that they co-opted the movement, the Bernie
Yeah.
movement.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like that's basically what they do. Well, in my the way I see, like hey, Kamala ain't so bad. Hey, I know y'all want a revolution. I don't believe in that shit. I get that Katzenberg cash, but hey,
Yeah,
vote for Kamala. She's not that bad. It's the
yeah, and then
same
you try
shit.
and pass it off as some 5D chess again, like
Yeah, yeah,
some super strategy observer, very well marinated, thought of, about, and yeah, well planned. Cenk Uygur strategy, like yeah, no, not this
yeah,
time. We remember
yeah,
force the vote. We remember Medicare, so
yeah. That's when I got back on Twitter during the force to vote, and I seen Jimmy Dore advocating for it. Then I seen Cenk Uygur at first advocating for force to vote, but all of a sudden, I don't know whether he got a phone call from Katzenberg or something saying, no, we don't support that. And then Cenk Uygur changed his stance on force to vote, and else, how the rest happened. I'm like,
I
yeah, this is
think
some kind of infiltration.
maybe thought that his support he was like a swing state in terms of young media and young opinion, and he thought to use that flip coin instead of attacking AOC and the squad. He used that as a like see, you can rely on me to yeah, be the poster boy for moderation and
Yeah,
like maybe to try and prove his worth that he could like swing his people both ways.
yeah, yeah. That's a great point too, man. I'm like, yeah. After the force to vote, that's when a lot of commentators, podcasters really showed their ass. They're part of the reason why I'm doing. I decided to do this right now because I'm like they're not getting the real word out. Like you said, they sheep herding. Sheep herding people back into the Democratic Party. Like
Yeah,
fuck
but it,
electoral. Yeah,
it's like Jimmy Dore said, or yeah, we're for sale. Like we didn't get any envelopes yet, but if we get envelopes, yeah, like if Russia wants to pay for me to say pro-Russian things, we can talk. Phone is open. But
oh shit.
up until
Yeah.
now, like everybody's a grifter now. Like everybody's a grifter, but not those calling them out. Like they don't attack the argument; they attack the speaker. And if you shoot the messenger, there's no more negotiation.
Yeah, like to some motherfuckers, I still don't know who these people are, but allegedly they say the ATP network is a bunch of grifters. I'm like,
Oh yeah. Oh,
I'm
we're
like,
grifting. We're grifting the $0. We're grifting it heavy.
hey, Spur, Rumble, man, get how much money we make? Like 28 cents. Yeah,
Yeah,
we grifting for 33 followers on Rumble and 1,000
yeah.
on YouTube and 8 followers on Twitch. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. I'm a super grifter. Like, do I look like a grifter, man? I'm just a dude with dude behind a microphone with Martin Luther King poster in the back. Like,
Yeah,
like Smurf.
that's the perfect grift, We're just we say we're simple people, of the people, for the people, but then at night we go down to the bunker and deposit 28 cents every
Hell
night.
yeah,
Like, yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah. Hey, we take the 28 cents and I give Liz some. I give you some. Then we go down. We walk to town, man. We shit, buy new clothes, and that like these people are just so fucking dumb. These people on Twitter are weird. They
that's
are
cool.
weird. I'm sorry,
That's
man.
cool. In the media world, if you talk bad about it or talk good about it, doesn't matter. Like, if you don't like them, don't talk about it because this is publicity, man.
Yeah, like you're like, damn, like we this damn small and motherfuckers already hating on us. That's crazy. They hating on my ass. Like I talk like I got cotton in my mouth. Like I look awkward as shit. You know, you know, you and Liz and whoever the hell else, like y'all the more cooler ones. I'm like, who's grifting here? I just don't like. I like I hope I never found out who said that because they gonna get a rude awakening from me, man.
They're
Like,
just pissed that we're having a blast doing the Lord's duty. Like,
yeah, we doing the Lord's due diligence. Praise you, Jesus. Oh my God, man. So Smurf, okay, now let's get to what you want to talk about. What was that again, man? I'm so sorry. Like, I've been going through some things. Like, we were supposed to talk about it last week, but shit
yeah.
happened. So yeah. So you can
Yeah,
start.
well, with the elections and the different wars and the floodings and that one morning where Liz came up and said that she had like a special meeting about what to do in case of civil disorder or civil unrest.
Oh,
So
I don't
like
remember
yeah,
that.
and everybody was like, "What the fuck is going on? That they're not telling us." Like, and so there's like you learn to accept that like you're a mortal thing, like, and eventually like there's no point in fighting death, but you kind of want to save
Yeah,
your house, your family, your dog. You kind of want to save the last moments for your kids or something, or you kind of so there's a bunch of like anxieties that people have, and you see like there's communities of preppers that have been doing this for like 20 years now, since the first big worldwide worries about bird flu, and those people have been
yeah,
stacking food in bunkers, and you're like, yeah, back then we thought they were crazy, and like there's still like it's still like an anxiety overdose for me. I'm like I'm a bit more live by the day kind of lifestyle and mentality, but seeing the different ways that shit can go like belly up in a very short amount of time, and you're just like glued on the news and you're not prepared, like and like but yeah, so like because we had Liz, I was curious to say that to ask her like about the flood and and about the Walmart civil unrest training, but
oh,
yeah,
okay,
like
yeah,
recently there's been a lot of talk about nuclear war. There's been a lot of talk
yeah,
about what happens if the level of the ocean goes up by 1 feet, if the some glacier and I don't want to get into like end of the world scenarios that much, but they used to be a bit like uh, yeah, it's for the the tinfoil hat people, like. But now it's a bit more like I'm not saying aliens, but saying like what happens again if like stores are closing down or there's a and I live in a remote area. I don't have to worry about all that much. It's just that you know having like firsthand like and you've been close to Katrina also, and like there was like there still is like chaos and looting and like unrepaired areas. So like you can't say that social collapse is like is just an anarchist's wet dream. It's social collapse is like pretty much there. Like
It's here. It's here, man. Yeah, like in 2005, Hurricane Katrina came. I lived in Slidell, Louisiana, but I but me and my mama was fortunate to evacuate, so we moved up to Mississippi. Yeah, man, like a lot of some of our friends and stuff, man, didn't make it out. Like they couldn't evacuate because they couldn't afford to evacuate, and that's what I was saying. Like for example, like with the two hurricanes, my thing is that our government again, which the system tended to be like this, like how like make sure that everybody can be safe as possible from these storms because obviously we can't reverse climate change. So every year you're gonna see a Category 5 hurricane form in less than 24 hours, and you're gonna see more wildfires. You're gonna see more flooding. And I'm just saying, man, like everybody's not was not in our position to evacuate. So yeah, I lost a couple of people. Mama lost a couple of people. Like these were our friends. They didn't make it. They like bodies like man, like you can see on TV, man, like bodies literally floating on top of the water, just floating freely. Like then you see people with help signs and stuff. Like yeah, man. Even when I was in Mississippi, like we still got a brunt of that fucking storm. Like we was like my grandma. And man, like that storm, Hurricane Katrina was no fucking joke. Even on land, those storms on land, a lot of people think that hurricanes, like when they like approach the coast, they're the more powerful. But depending on the pressure and all that stuff, I ain't gonna get into the meteorological because I'm a weather nerd. But you know, like the wind and the rain, like hell, Mississippi, like half really, like Jackson Southward was like literally fucking flooded, man. Like not flooded like New Orleans, but it was flooded because the storm moved slow and it produced a lot of rain. And so yeah, the all of that is for me like people that only Tampa made. She called the people stupid. No, they're not stupid. They're just trying to fucking survive. So you telling me being stupid. So being like trying to survive, trying to just take on this big store, can't evacuate, and in a way the roads was congested. And I know you saw that. So like how these people just can't evacuate, and then the airlines charge on the tickets for people to leave. See how greed plays into a role of this. So then the price gouging, don't forget about that. So yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's a likely scenario for where I'm at. Whatever happens, I'm like remote, like the chaos is only gonna find us like a long time after it has found the cities and it has found the suburbs and but it always like depends on so many factors uh, and in no small part the state's response this is what's gonna save lives or not or the community's preparedness or yeah, because we've had some ecological disasters, but also some industrial disasters. Because of the trains, the infrastructures, the ship that just touched the bridge and the bridge came down. So there's and those things can really be costly for an economy or for yeah, for well, so it's readiness and education.
Yeah, Smurf ain't that. Yeah, hold on, he gotta come back. All right. We back, Smurf. Welcome back, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you were saying? Sorry about that.
Well, it's about the different factors like that have like there's so many stuff. You know, from where the trouble starts up until the when the reality hits you. There can be
Yeah.
a month. You know, like imagine well, you know, imagine a city like New York that gets flooded.
Oh my God. Yeah. Hurricane Sandy was probably the closest, but yeah, like I see what you're saying. Picture that on a massive scale. Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, I mean, it's just that there are so many factors. Like, what is the government response? What is the readiness of the community? Um, how you know, and the how well insured the people are in that area, and of course the insurance market. I'm against, but I wish the state would run the insurance if we really need it as a society. For now, temporarily, we might just, you know, we might as well run it not for profit but for society. But you know, like car insurance, if it's really necessary to run the car system, well, maybe the state should have it, like the phone, the internet, and but
Well,
yeah,
well.
because I was talking about that also because there's not only like just natural disasters like looming, like the infrastructure in on the American continent is really bad. Like
Mm-hmm.
the trains that are exploding, and the ports, the bridges that are like collapsing, and yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Like East Palestine, man. Like the
yeah,
response to East Palestine has been atrocious. Like Jordan Sheridan, I know you know who he is. You know,
yeah,
he described his time there. He said he had migraines, blurred vision,
yeah,
sickness. Like still to this day, because East Palestine is a poor white area. You know, like those people don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, if God forbid if this happened in what Beverly Hills, man, so many resources would be poured into that town, man, that city. So, so yeah, man, it's a it's a
yeah.
systematic thing too.
It's like what happens when the industry moves on. You know, you have this wonderful valley with the river and bananas and rice, but then the industry moves in and they reap everything until there's no more nutrients. They use the river. They make a big lake of mining. Um, um, you know. Uh, Reject products, you know, and they make a big lake, a poison lake out of it. And once
Hmm.
like all the mineral ore and all the bananas and everything's poisoned, they move on, and what's left is a hellscape, like they did in everywhere in Africa, like they did everywhere where there was something. And
Hmm.
instead of making it like a wonderful place that you can use forever, or for at least in the long term, and that would profit everybody in a safe way, they of course made it a fast profit, get rich fast scheme, and get out of there, and like silence the any pursuance and any truth tellers afterwards in the dirtiest manners, that you know, corrupt the judges and imprison the lawyers, you know, like they do.
Uh, yeah, they always do, man. Yeah, they like people like it's a systematic thing. Like our judges are control, our lawyers are control. Like the corporations have all of the fucking power. Like they can poison a community, you know, and then the community tries to sue them, then they can make it so that the lawsuit can go on for years and years and years while people have to drain their life savings to evacuate, or you know, kids get sick or something like that. So they broke. They houses destroyed. Like in East Palestine, a lot of these people houses are gone. They're not worth nothing no more because it's still a fucking like a bomb, like a poisonous, like an atomic bomb hit there. Like um so yeah, like yeah, like Norfolk
So, so,
Southern.
yeah. So
Go ahead.
it's not an anarchist wet dream anymore. It's like it's really worse than that. And like the it's like the scenes from all the zombie movies, like people fighting at the gas station and the zombies in the streets on drugs and like and that's how we saw chaos in the future, like in the 90s. Like the movies would start like that and you'd be like, oh my god,
Yeah,
the future is crazy, but we're living through it like it's a breeze. Like we're like, yeah, crackheads and gas prices, cool.
yeah, yeah,
Genocide, yeah, we know, whatever. Fuck,
yeah.
we're lost. Like we should just ask pity for our souls. Like, and I'm not a religious person.
I know, man. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I say like I used to say, "Have mercy on my soul," man. Like that's crazy. Like all this stuff goes on like every day. Um, excuse the sound of the ambulance,
It's
but
perfect. It's the soundtrack.
yeah. After yesterday, Smurf, I thought I'm gonna be carried out on the ambulance, man. I'm so mad, but anyway, yeah, um, like like it's crazy to me, like how people just go on with their life. Like you see, you see everything that's happening, climate wise, social wise, like it didn't happen to you yet. Technically, it will. Like everything that happens to the marginalized always happen to the,
You
the
know,
what you say?
the worst part is like at least if they had brought us up to not give a fuck. But they
Yeah,
brought us up to like be sensitive about issues and be like proactive about inequity and be proactive about, and they acted like it was the holiest of causes to fight against Nazism and to fight against far right ideologies and they and now it's all going on in front of their noses and they I'm like, why did we waste all our time having a conscience if we're not gonna act on it? Like,
I know. Yeah,
we should just be like brute cows, like buying Nike shoes and watching the game. You know, we should at least we have no conscience, no memory. We'd be good, happy cows or sheep. But no, they had to fucking go through the trouble of giving us a conscience and acting as if it was like the mightiest of gifts. But now you turn
yeah,
around and you seek their support in shouting against and Israel and shouting against NATO and shouting against like the war on drugs, and you seek their support now, and they're like, I don't know. It seems like a far left radical thing that deserves no attention.
that's crazy though to just to think about that, but it's true. Like a conscience is only predicated towards the left. Like you'll think that no matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, you'll think that maybe genociding, like killing women and children, is kind of a hard line. Like that what you think? I don't know, man. Like like they need to put themselves in those people's shoes. Like how would you feel if you lost your child due to a fucking bomb made by your tax dollars? You know what I'm saying? Like, but they don't give a fuck. They no conscience. So
And there's a big PR game. They know exactly who they're talking to when they say, well, that's a bunch of towel heads that just went boom. And like people will eat it up like a bunch of towel head terrorists, no good Islamists that went boom. Well, that's a good day for the USA. Like and they will eat it up like it's 4th of July. And if they think they have a conscience,
Yeah. But let me ask you something though. Don't you think that the way the system is, like, ain't that meant to like, ain't that like, ain't it meant for people like to lack some sort of consciousness, like, to keep
well,
us from
yeah,
like uniting. You know what I'm talking about, right?
yeah, it's been co-opted because all this non-violence, this pacifism, is only inward. Like, do not resist the cop. The cop is good. Like, do not resist the policeman. Be a good sheep. Be in society. We are all sheep, and so be a good sheep. Do not resist. Do not be violent. Do not beat your wife. You be a good sheep. So, like, of course, like everybody's like, yeah, that's a good idea. Like non-violence, pacifism. But then you turn around and your government is selling tanks to Saudi Arabia. It's cutting hands off the market if you touch a gold ingot on the market.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they'll cut your hand and your head, and they'll beat your wife with rocks. So what's the damn point in pacifism if the state is going to commit all this shit? So they're using morals against you. They're
Mm-hmm.
using a morality system that they do not answer to.
Yeah.
The state it likes a good sheep, but does not behave like a sheep, and it suggests a sheep-like behavior, but actually profits from it, and does not subscribe to that at all.
That's true, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's so fucking true, man. Like,
So they have the monopoly on violence, and then as soon as somebody gets a stick out, everybody, all the sheep go super scared, run in their corners. So the morale has been
Cop
completely,
City.
yeah, yeah, morale is completely co-opted, spun around against us. While we have to differentiate what is having morals against the state, what is having morals against the corporation. It is weakness. Having morals in between us, it is strength. So like we have to make a big line there. Like morals are not bad. It's just that it is between friends, it is between humans, it is between communities, people of heart. It is not between machines, institutions, and corporations. And
Yeah.
then it will be used against us. They do not have those morals. They only have profit. They only have electability.
Yeah. Like, one thing that gets me, like, I see, like, sometimes I see on, like, on YouTube or some platform, I see that somebody shoplifting, and I see a customer, instead of them just backing off of the shoplifter, they gon' fight the shoplifter for the corporation. Now that's a fucking sheep. Like,
Yeah, I saw that
like,
happening. I saw that happening when I was young.
yeah.
Um,
Oh
People
wow.
really want to believe in private property. They don't. People don't understand a lot of things about that, and never really thought like went through the process of what it would it be like if I had a house, but it was not mine. Like is it okay? Like people want to own things, like, and like to the thought of not having your name on the house makes them go crazy. But
Oh,
like you can live
okay.
in the house forever, but you won't have your name on it. Like, and that's a big deal, right? Like you will never
Yeah.
accept that. But like, hey, what you want is a roof, right? But no, what you want is a right. What you want is like and so like it's well, it's for some people you cannot even mention property rights. Like they'll go bananas on you, because it'll make them go mad, and that's exactly why communism everywhere was like shut down as soon as it flew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was intentional. Yeah.
But it scares the fuck out of
Community.
people.
It does. It does. Yeah. Well, you talking about from the corporation sense? Wait, I just trying to clarify. You trying to talk about from the corporation sense or just the masses? It scares the fuck out of them.
Um, well, people, corporations, elites,
Oh, okay.
people that own get really scared about like having to share anything, and
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
the
Makes sense.
people are scared of it, but it's not. They're misinformed. It's actually
Yeah.
the sharing of the resources will benefit them. They just don't know it. They've been
Yeah.
misinformed by the elites, by those who own, by those who have the power, and those who are afraid to redistribute and share. So every time the communism movements have risen up, even before the big industrial era, every time it would scare the hell out of kings and dukes and barons when people can like do without them actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah. A corporation like you. Yeah. You think they want to share their wealth with the peasants? Oh no. No. We give the peasants crumbs, in a pizza party, and we'll just buy more yachts and more houses that we don't even fucking use, which is crazy. Like, and yeah, some people too. Like, if you like inherit wealth, oh hell, I don't want to share my land with those peasants. Like, hell no, I want it all for myself. So, 100%, man.
And like the same thing in what happens if you run a farm and the state operates it, but it's you're working there. People want they want to own things and have their names on them, and they will not accept being granted the privilege of a house if it's not theirs. And I've been going through this recently. I'm like, sh- I wanted to buy a little bit of land, and I'm like, I don't need that shit. I don't need like to own it. Like I can walk on any land I like. Why would I like own it? Like just to attach my mind to this place? Like I can go walk on any land. Why would I buy a piece of it like and stay there? Um I of course a lot of people will tell you, well, owning things in the long run in your name, having things and
Yeah,
land is a good investment and blah blah blah. But
yeah,
it's the concept of individual ownership it is entwined with American culture. When they fight and die for their way of life, that's exactly what they mean.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. In the states, well, I don't own land, but people are told like, hey, buy up much land as you can because eventually it'll go up in value and you'll be able to build more wealth and more wealth. But for me, I don't give a fuck about wealth, man. All I
Yeah,
give a fuck is about
it's like
I want to see.
buying houses for money or something. Like I just
Yeah,
need one, and it doesn't need to be mine.
like I'm one guy. I'm a single guy. I could just get one bedroom house. Nicely spaced bedroom house. Um, you know, one car. I don't need five or six cars. One guy. Like, like, what am I gonna do with all that shit? Like, I'm gonna die alone. What that stuff gonna go to? Like, my mama, but she probably gonna be dead before me. So, you know, I'm
Oh,
not
you can
interested.
give it back. You can give it back to the community. In that case,
Yeah.
you can
Well,
go
in
to
simplicity.
the town hall and say, well, whenever I die, you guys get my stuff.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Yeah, you can take whatever the fuck you want, man. Take my laptop, my gaming PC, my fucking bed, like, you know. Yeah, yeah, man. Like, that shit is not important to me, man. Like, what is important to me as a communist is everyone being fucking happy in their lives, their lives improving because right now, like, yeah, individualism comes into play too, Smurf. Like, the system put that in a lot of people's mind. Like, hey, just get yours. Don't worry about nobody else. Fuck those homeless people. It's their fault. You know, that also plays into account as well. So yeah,
This is how it is.
yeah,
They put us all in little boxes, and the individualism is like through the roof. Like we all care about our little selves and our little selves first, and it's very helpful for the consuming mind. Like the competition, always being competing against your neighbors and against those around you. You can see it always it's super easy to feed your inner black hole because they're always telling you how unhappy you are, and the weirdly it's a cycle of like oh, I buy stuff to be happy, but I turn away my friends, and I am lonelier and lonelier, and I buy more things to be happier. And like it's no surprise that the company can come in and say, look at how ugly you are. Look at how lonely you are. Look at how, don't you want to buy this? Don't you, wouldn't it make you happy to buy this from us? Look at how pitiful you are. Look at how unwanted, undesired you are. Buy this from me. And like, of course, the more divided we are, the more it's gonna work. And weirdly, being with people and being with friends makes us happy no matter what we have. So if they take that away, our group, it's super easy to make us unhappy and make us believe that it's all about our little selves, and you're born alone and you die alone. So take care of you and only you, and care about nothing. And it is the path of North America. That is the American dream. That is the actual
yeah,
American dream.
yeah,
Consumption
yeah,
overall, like
yeah, yeah. All these commercials like, hey, you could get this new bed set, your cheap little bed, you want to sleep better, you sleep better on this, even though it does the same thing a regular bed does, or you want this new car, it got, more horsepower, it's fun to drive, you want it, maybe you can't afford it now because of your credit, but, work on your credit, get another job, and you can have it. Like,
but
yeah,
no,
that's
if
true.
you're if you come with a bad sales pitch to a group of six people that are happy, you'll find yourself like soon like um drowning in like tomatoes and bananas they'll throw at you. Like get out of here, we're smarter than you and as a group, and we're happy as we are. We don't need your like little gimmick like what you call it, little toy there. We don't need your little thing. We're happy. But if you go to someone that's always down and always happy with his life and always like looking for the next high and looking for the next thing, well, of course you'll sell way more stuff. Like your little pickup line, and you're selling your sales pitch is, it might be defect, but it's still gonna pick up like the really unhappy people looking for a good time, a high of some value,
Uh-huh.
some looking to buy an identity, looking to buy a community that they've lost, turned away. And so s- weirdly it's, yeah, it's very commercial. Like the psyche and the individual, like how they choose to buy things. The corporation is very interested in that, and
Mm-hmm.
they made there's a bunch of money in that. The studies how to make people lonely and actually wanting your shit.
Exactly. Yeah. And the craziest thing is, don't you think these corporations invested millions upon millions of dollars in research? Like, they actually know the weaknesses of humans and what
Yeah,
humans want or humans
yeah,
need. So,
yeah.
So
They
yeah, man.
know they
Like,
know that at the store you gotta put the flashy candies at the height of the kids, you know. So
mm-hmm.
like they know that the kids will see it and nag the parents, and you're stuck. Like they know the drill. They're like a good crew to heist the bank. You know, they know where the weak points are, and they know how it's the thing is running, and so they attack
Yeah,
the weak points, and they always make a buck.
yeah, yeah. Like they put the toy in front, and yeah, they know the kid want the toy. The eyes go big like this. I want the toy,
Yeah,
daddy. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
shit, I can't afford it, you know. But they
Doesn't
they
matter.
pull on you. I can't. Yeah, I know. so so yeah, man. I got one more last question, then we can log out. Why do people always vote against their interests?
Wow, that is a good question, dude. Because they don't clearly because they don't know what their interests are and where they
Mm-hmm.
lie.
Mm-hmm.
They People will rather have Trump shoot a bunch of minorities rather than address the minimum salary.
Minimum wage. Yeah.
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 So that's people are have misunderstood their own priorities.
So basically, you saying vibes. So basically, it's a vibes thing.
Oh, it's always emotion.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And obviously your good prolonged long-term interest is a rational thing.
Mm-hmm.
The voting and the team and the identity is emotion,
Okay. Now,
and they
man,
know that. They know that.
me either. Wow. Yeah. I I always thought like the propaganda train, the manufacturing consent. I thought that plays a big part of it. Like you know,
Oh yeah,
like for example, like Democrats they say, hey, we're gonna if you vote for us, we'll give you a $15 minimum wage, and then you vote for them, then then well, that's not a bad example, but I'm gonna continue.
but
They
that's demagoguery. That's a classic. But if it's obvious, it's not gonna work. If you vote for me, I'll get you the moon. Well, you're full of shit. But if you vote for me, I'll get you
yeah
some new
yeah.
shoes. Okay, all right. Like maybe. So you gotta believe in it. It's like poker. If you gotta make the other guy believe that there's something to win and to pursue on the table. Otherwise, he's not gonna put shit on the table. You're not gonna gain from him.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, man. Like, yeah, you know,
Who would
like,
have thought? Who would have thought that I'd be making poker analogies? But sure.
yeah, poker. Hey, yeah, man. That's a great analogy, man. Hey, Smurf, man. I call you an analogy king, man. Like, that's
Oh, that's good.
you. That's where that's why I look to you for those. Lev, man. Like, my thing is, if you want Medicare for all, but the Republican Party doesn't support Medicare for all, they support private insurance, then why vote Republican? Like, would you vote for Jill Stein or Claudia De La Cruz? That supports Medicare for all, or a public option like.
Yeah, I think the people the rational part will acknowledge those things, but
Mm-hmm.
then once they're alone in the box, the recent scandals and the recent blah blah at the door could make them change really quick on the rational that they expressed at home publicly. I think that's the gap. That's where you see the gap between what they say rationally and what should be and what they eventually vote. But like of course everybody wants Medicare. Like but
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
They were led to believe that there's a better strategy about it, like by Cenk Uygur, so they're gonna vote against their interests, but they won't know it. They think they
Oh,
are voting for their interests, but they don't. They're not actually, but they don't know that.
so basically, like, Republicans think they're voting for like freedom,
Yeah,
but turns out that like the Republicans and the Democrats vote for the deep state, like the
for the
CIA,
police
NSA.
state. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
and
crazy, but that's so true.
yeah,
Yeah,
sucks to be right, right?
sucks to be right, man. Goddamn, man. Like, I wish I was wrong. I wish, like, I just wish everything, I wish we had a fair shot, but we don't, you know. And I just want people to realize that. Until people realize that the system is meant to is designed for what it's meant to do, like, it's gonna be the same 4 years, blue and red, back and forth, like,
But there's
like
always
that's
a
it.
limit. There's always a limit. Like there's it's to keep the people stupid and at work and happy all at the same time is a lot of work. And like it's the train's coming off the rails. Like we see it. Like
Yeah, oh yeah.
they're not managing the illusion as good as they used to be. Their wizards are tired. Their lawyers are tired.
Yeah. See, I think the problem is too is that us too, Smurf, like, we are deprogramming people slowly, and they see that, so that's why they try to suppress us as much as they can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
All they told you, unlearn that shit now.
Yeah. Yeah. Unlearn it, or your account will be compromised.
Yeah,
Like,
please unlearn that shit at the door.
yeah. Yeah, man. Like YouTube, man. I know YouTube been known to just take down people's shit. Like, it's not even breaking their terms of service, like, randomly in their streams. Like, because I guess
Yeah,
the left or the end.
deplatform. Yeah, completely. Even the archives, even the everything.
I
Fucking
think
barbarian. Like even the Nazis would be ashamed.
I think Twitter the platforming me, because I noticed on my video live streams, um, I either get 0 views or I get like 5 or 6 when I used to get at least 100. So they're coming after me hard for some reason.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. The Palestine, pro Zionists,
yeah, yeah,
the pro Ukraine, pro Taiwan.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's like I often say, like we're gonna fly above the target if we can, and they're gonna
yeah.
try and shoot us down.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm glad some other leftists are like above the fray with that. Like, at least they are getting more attention. Yeah. I guess the only reason why Twitter hasn't really completely got rid of my ass is because I give Elon $16 a fucking month. So yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, hey, keep him though. Let's fuck up his traction, but yeah, you guys still he owes us that 16 a month just go live with 5 viewers. So yeah, man, I
Yeah,
fucking hate these people.
no, but it's a well worth $16 when you can treat him like a beggar once a month. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but then again, I think I treat beggars way better.
Oh man, I sure you do, Smurf. Yeah. Any last words, man, before we go?
Do the revolution pretty fucking soon.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's the
sir.
only thing, man.
Yep. The only way is revolution.
And you could even save the world.
Oh yeah. You know. Yeah. The world see us fighting, then they'll join. I want the world to join along with us. So okay, guys, that's it of the Good Faith Show 101 with Smurf. Be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't, hit the like button. Pushes us in the algorithm, and I can see you guys like this duo set. I think this is the best, like, duo co-host set on the network. So yeah, man, just continue, man. Like yeah, Smurf said, like, continue, like, let's go for the revolution. Uh, okay,
Yeah,
Smurf, man.
it's gonna get bad before it gets better, but it's
Yeah,
gonna get better.
yeah, it's going.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
sometimes I'm in a good mood. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna keep people, but then we're gonna stop.
yeah. All right, Smurf, man. Have a good one, man.